Hey everyone, this is Kayla, and welcome to Kayla Divine Channel. Today we are doing a reading for Divine Feminine for the week of 12/4 to 12/11. And during this reading, we'll look into different aspects of the feminine incarnate. Of course, this is a reflection, and if you've listened to any of my readings, you're aware that I express on a regular basis that this is a reflection of you, as within, so without. So please view this as your relationship with God and your incarnate and everything else around you in truth. So everything is a dance between the divine feminine and divine masculine. Spirit wants me to show you this. We are limitless beings. So remember, we are limitless beings. Our potential is limitless because we are God. In essence, everyone is God. Everything is God. So Divine Feminine's coming through already with a lot of wisdom this week, which is really beautiful to see. And if you haven't checked out the Divine Masculine reading, please go ahead and check that out as well. It'll give you insight in regards to your connection and how things are manifesting in your physical reality. If you enjoy these readings, please let me know in the comments, and I would love to hear your feedback. And if you'd like to book a personal session, please send me an email at KaylaDivineChannel@gmail.com. Alright, so how is Divine Feminine showing up in the connection this week, Spirit? Okay. Pardon me here. Hello. Alright, so we have the Tower. So Divine Feminines are going through a tower moment emotionally. They are bringing in this light, this lightning type of energy. And this is illuminating the heart of the masculine 222, but also the feminine and the sacred heart, the sacred rebel heart connection, the purpose of everything that you're experiencing. So Divine Feminine is showing up this week as the Tower. Whew. Get ready, Feminines. Showing up as the Tower this week. You better be prepared. Now, there's a huge breakdown of any mental constructs or boxes that both parties are holding on to. So it is a beautiful reflection here. Spirit, how is Divine Feminine showing up in a connection this week from 12/4 to 12/11? We have the Knight of Wands. So Divine Feminine showing up as fiery, feisty, passionate. She's taking inspired action this week based on this Tower moment that Source has given her, some kind of divine intervention. So whoever's watching this, whatever label you resonate with, you will be asked to take inspired action this week on purpose, on mission. So that's how she's supporting the connection this week. That's how she's showing up. Divine Feminine. But I really do see Divine Feminine as we're just bringing this beautiful lightning energy into the connection. That's just illuminating so many things. So we got authority figure. So she's showing up as, if you look at the father archetype within the religious constructs, it's very much like an authority figure, a father figure. There's a slight fear there. There's this desire to be loved and accepted by these authority figures. So Divine Feminine showing up this week as, I'm hearing the Judge, but even I have resistance to that word. But in truth, there is this sacred judgment or this judgment call. But Divine Feminine is having this sacred discernment this week based on this Tower moment that she's bringing into the connection here. Ooh, Divine Feminine's energy, I have to say, is a little bit easier to read. Divine Masculine energy this week. The reading was super long because Spirit kept having me go deeper and deeper. So how is Divine Masculine viewing Divine Feminine this week? How is Divine Masculine viewing Divine Feminine this week? Ooh, we got the Guilt card. Spirit wants me to pull one more here. Got a couple more. So he's viewing her as having headaches. He's viewing her as releasing this guilt. That's why this Tower moment's coming through. I see the lightning strikes down here, and he's viewing her as being pulled in by these energies as well. So if Divine Feminine is experiencing any kind of psychic attacks or things like that, Divine Masculine is aware of those things, and he has been bringing in this Father protective energy as well. That's again why this Tower moment's coming through. So we also got the Temperance card, which is integration, and we have the Nine of Pentacles, which is ripeness. So they're Divine Masculine's perceiving Divine Feminine as integrating the shadow, the light and the dark. He's viewing her as being in purpose with this inspired action here, and listening to that authority figure, perhaps the God essence within both incarnates, and listening to God, really. And he's also viewing her as independent, strong, ripe, ready, fruitful, abundant. He's viewing her as independent and hard to get to. How is Divine Masculine perceiving Divine Feminine? We have the Nine of Cups. So Spirit, this came out sideways. Spirit guided me to put this upright. Interestingly enough, Divine Masculine got the Nine of Cups in what they're not telling Divine Feminine. And then Divine Feminine's receiving the Nine of Cups and how they are perceiving you. So it's very beautiful to see the connections within these readings. That's why it's important to watch both of them, because what this is saying here within the connection, that Divine Masculine is not telling Divine Feminine that he views her as the wish fulfillment, which I actually didn't fully see in that reading until I did this. So it just is a beautiful reflection of how the connections work and the purpose of those things. So Divine Masculine is viewing Divine Feminine as this wish fulfillment card. Nines are completions. It's also viewing her as sitting in this throne. There's this authority figure type energy again, Egypt timeline coming through. So he's having memories of past timelines in Egypt, lifetimes together, bringing in the sacred purpose that was once carried out in Egypt timelines. They're seeing you as manifesting the abilities that you had in Egypt as well. That's really cool. All right, so heart space of Divine Feminine. Spirit, what is the heart space of the Divine Feminine this week from 12:4 to 12:11? Spirit, what is the heart space between the Divine Feminine and the Divine Feminine archetype this week? So we have tuning in. So this is really beautiful to see, because we have here the Eight of Swords and how they're perceiving you, but in the heart space, you're actually not feeding into them at all. You are tuning into your emotional waters. You're tuning into spirit in the heart space, and it's a deception, a distortion that these energies are actually reaching you, because in truth, this is where you are in the heart space. Alright, heart space of Divine Feminine this week, please. Heart space of Divine Feminine this week. Heart space of Divine Feminine. We have the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, let's pull one more. Heart space of Divine Feminine this week. Male, female. Okay. So Divine Feminine, due to this lightning type of energy, this inspired action, there is this neglectful type of energy that she's feeling in the heart space. There's this, the Seven of Pentacles is very much about waiting, and then we have the back-to-back here in the heart. So she does feel like there's a slight disconnect within the heart space, and that does bring a lot of sadness, and it seems as if those are the things that are being purged out from the heart space right now. Spirit really is guiding both twins to delve into the heart space, to dive deep into the things that, your small behaviors, the things that you engage in on a daily basis, consumption, what are you consuming, what are you eating, what are you projecting, without morbid reflection or anything like that, but with the ability to really view these things and realize that you're never waiting for anything. Everything is exactly the way it's meant to be within this moment. Perfectly beautiful. So we have this beautiful divine feminine wisdom coming through again here, really asking to be expressed. Divine feminines have been suppressing some energy, have been spiritually bypassing certain things, and again, that's why the Tower moment comes out to release those things. So everything is for purpose here. What is divine feminine not telling divine masculine? What is divine feminine not telling divine masculine? That she's aware of the burden. So divine masculine got this card in the heart space, the release of this burden here. And divine feminine is not telling divine masculine that she's aware of the burden. She feels the burden too. She feels the responsibility. And that 11:11 there on the clock, that they're in this together here. She's not sharing or expressing these feelings of love and connection. So Spirit is saying here for you that are watching this to express your love, to share your love as much as you can. I'm aware that it can be crippling at times to really step outside the box and be vulnerable, but feminines, that is a part of your purpose here, and believe me, I get it. It's a lot easier said than done, but I believe in you. I have faith in you. I know that you can do this. I know that we can do this with the love and support of God and Soul Tribe, because we are limitless beings, and you can have anything you want. You can create anything you want. You are a co-creator, so please embrace those words. Allow them to fill your cup and for you to feel rejuvenated, because you deserve it. So that's a little bit of love that Spirit channeled to all of us. I felt that running through my entire body. That was amazing. If you would like to do a phone session, you can go to indigomoons.space and book a reading with me through the Ascension guides, and we can have a phone session as well. And I can boost you right up there. Not me, but God channeling that beautiful love there. So divine feminines, what is divine feminine not telling divine masculine? Six of Pentacles, that she wants to have a future with him, that she wants to coexist, co-create, that she wants to give and receive equally. She's not telling him that she feels like things are imbalanced. So feminines, these are the things that are going to come up in that Tower moment if you don't find a way to express those things safely, effectively, without harming or projecting, but just expressing. It's a part of your divine femininity, your divine worth. What is divine feminine not telling divine masculine? Native American. So we're going to pull one more. So we have two different timelines coming through here. The Egypt timeline and then the Native American timeline. So if you resonate with those, then perhaps delve a little bit deeper into that. That may be where some of this guilt is stemming from a Native American timeline here. And that's another thing that we can look into, timelines to clear them. So send me an email at KaylaDivineChannel@gmail.com. We can do a timeline reading as well. Let's pull one more with the arts. So there's messages through music coming through. So you had abilities in the Native American timeline and the Egypt timeline. So if you resonate with those, I'd love to hear. We have vows. So let's go ahead, if you'd like to repeat this with me, but or you can say it in your mind, but I now release all vows, commitments, contracts from Egypt and Native American timelines that are binding me to any guilt, shame, remorse, feelings of inadequacy, guilt, shame, and surrendering those into the light and allowing those to be transmuted by God. Allowing for new vows to come in, allowing for commitments to come in, new commitments, clearing out the old commitments, making room for the new commitments. So we have another message here that came out. The arts again, angels, and then imprisonment and slavery. Big breath here. Messages from the angels through the arts. Any kind of arts I'm hearing. Painting, writing, any sort of creative arts, but music especially. Spirit's guiding me to look at the bottom of the deck here. We have a baby, so new birth. Or if you're pregnant like me, then an actual baby, which could represent the third energy here. So releasing the third energy, releasing the heaven on earth. That heaven on earth, it's time. It's go time. Spirit says it's no longer time for these feelings of imprisonment or slavery, but to allow for your angelic nature to shine through. And one of the ways that you can do that is through creative arts, dancing, singing, writing. Alright, so the next thing that we're going to look into is the future space, future action space for the feminine, or receptive, however you want to view it. Alright, future action space for divine feminine. We have moment to moment and letting go. Okay. So future action space, divine feminine will be utilizing breath work, balancing out the energies in the physical by also observing the emotional body. So divine masculine is viewing divine feminine as letting go. And that is her action space. So this is telling me that they're in alignment in regards to perception here. That divine feminine is letting go and she's taking things moment to moment. Future action space, 8 of Wands in the bottom of the deck, so a very quick manifestation. Future action space, we have the 7 of Wands, so the those energetic vampire type energies of like raping innocence, things like that. And those energies that the feminine has brought up within the constructs of every feminine. She feels like she's been battling them on her own, which in perception she has been. So future action space for divine feminine is to not feed into these energetic things that are draining her. Future action space for divine feminine. So we have the 3 of Wands in reverse. Future action space for divine feminine is to not look too far into the future, to be present moment to moment. Spirit really wants you to be fully here and now. Future action space for divine feminine. Future action space. Okay, so we have transportation. We have the mother. We have lessons and blessings. And we have phobias. Okay. Divine masculine got the phobias in the heart space, so releasing any phobias around love, relationships, sexual relations, things like that. He's also viewing her as the lessons and blessings. So your responsibility this week, if you're watching this as a divine feminine, is to receive these blessings. We have the father and the mother, you guys. We can't make this up. Look at this. The divine father and the divine mother. There's this beautiful unity happening here, and Spirit's saying for divine feminine to receive this truth, receive this and accept it. Realize the divine worth here. This movement towards this sacred mother and sacred father connection. The baby also represents this innocent purity, this rebirth. Okay, let's look at some Madame Lenormand cards. Get some totems for you. So divine feminine reading this week. Too many. We'll take that top one though. So we have the clouds. Here's the book. Any confusion around what is written, what is preordained, what is destined is clearing. Divine Feminine is being asked to make clear decision this week, make commitments this week. The book says the unopened book weaves stories concealed. When pages are read, the truth is revealed. The book guards tales of inner emotion. Blessed are the words of deep devotion. Inner emotion there. So both feminine and masculine are looking at these aspects this week. We have the fox. This came up in both in the masculine's reading and this one. And me and the Divine Masculine saw a fox last night on the way to the store. The fox is sly, a friend is too. Someone may try to deceive you. With willy glances, the renard snaps. Evade deception, beware of old traps. This is that energetic vampire type of energy that's coming through. So Spirit wants you to be aware of that. And there's some tingling on the crown chakra here, so protecting the crown chakra. The tree, connecting to nature, grounding, rooting in, connecting to the Divine Mother. And the birds. So you may be receiving messages from the birds. Birds, foxes, a book, tree, and clouds. So if you see any of those, or if, well, you will, but definitely the clouds. We have the flowers on the bottom as well. So any flowers, if Spirit 1144 on the clock there. So if you're spearing, interesting. I just saw the 8 of Wands when I said that. And the baby's definitely moving a lot. Flowers, foxes, a book, birds, or trees that draw your attention. Spirit says to follow that. And let's pull an Isis card to wrap this reading up. Isis card, please. For those tuning in. We'll get 2 today. We have the Dark Mysteries and the Rising Sun. The Dark Goddess calls you to her inner chamber where she holds a test and a gift for you. The test is your willingness to meet and release the fears within that have been secretly holding you back. The gift is freedom, peace, opportunity, prosperity in all forms. Will you accept her call? Your time for deeper initiation is here. And Rising Sun. A dark phase, struggle is over. A new phase is upon you, one of hope, glory, light, and triumph. It is won through boldness and persistence. You have been through much, and now victory is upon you, beloved. For the divine solar child, a new consciousness within you is born. Wow. Major upgrades and activations this week, Divine Feminine. So keep doing the work. Stick with it. I'm aware of the challenges, and you're not alone. We are in this together, truly. So if you'd like to connect just on a deeper level for connection, again, you can send me an email. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Kayla Divine Channel. You can always message me on any of those social media platforms, and we can talk. I love you all so much. Peace, much love, and namaste.